We're going to go to Tennessee, and we're going to talk to James. Hi, James. How are you today?
I'm good, sir. How are you?
We're rocking and bopping. How may we help you, my friend?
Um, I started coming to reaching out to marriage helpers November of this last year. Um, Beginning of December, my wife and I separated due to certain issues. Um, my wife and I just actually moved. I just moved back in with my wife this weekend, and in the process, my family has disowned me. This morning, my wife sent me a message basically telling me that, what she's looking for is a partner, someone who will discuss everything with her, that I need to step up as a husband and as a potential husband and a father. And what led to my wife and I separating for 2 months was my wife had a boyfriend who lied to the police and had me arrested. And with me getting arrested, a order of protection was put out.
Mm-hmm.
So my wife and I, a couple of weeks ago, restarted talking after all of that was after we were allowed to start talking again.
Mm-hmm.
I've literally just moved back in, and she's already like, I don't think we're going to work. I want to be civil. Like, I filed for divorce. I just signed the paperwork on Friday for the reconciliation to try and work through that. I don't know what to do. Like, I'm the stay-at-home parent. I work part-time. I go to school. I'm trying to take care of my kids. I'm trying to be the husband that she wants. But what led to the conversation this morning was I told her I don't feel comfortable with her talking to the person that she had the affair with.
Right.
And she's like, he's my best friend. You're not. You haven't been. I'm not going to cut him out for you. And I don't know how to approach.
When it comes to your James,
trying to make us.
let me ask you a question or two about your wife, if I may. Is your wife like a strong personality type person, or not?
Yes and no.
How long does it take her to
cannot-
make a decision? If she has something in front of her, how quickly does she react to make a decision?
Most of her decisions are based off of what she wants.
I understand that, but how
quickly
does she make them? How rapidly does she make decisions?
Very.
Very rapidly. Okay. And she's pretty vocal about what she thinks and what she feels. Is that correct?
Depending on the situation, yes.
Okay. But you are a guy who kind of thinks things through before you do things. Is that correct?
He's thinking about the answer.
Did I lose you, James?
Oh, no. No, I said yes, sir.
Okay, I didn't hear you. And so you are much like the couple that we were discussing when we first came on the air at 12:30 Central Time here. Much like that. The situation that you're looking at here is kind of reversed from what many people have, where it's the guy who is the stronger personality, if you will. It doesn't mean you're weak. You're certainly not weak. It's just that she's more forceful than you are. It doesn't mean she's better. It doesn't mean she's worse. It's just that people are different. And people like that, sometimes you have to speak their language. What I mean by that is that you can make a request, like, I don't want you to talk to him. And the kind of personality that she appears to be, based on what you're saying, of course I haven't met her, but based on what you're saying, the kind of personality that she seems to be would very quickly respond, well, he's my best friend. You're not. I'm going to talk to him. That would go with that kind of personality. And then that leaves it up to you to make a decision one way or the other. Either A, I accept that, or B, I don't accept that. Now, my understanding, based on what I'm hearing here, is that you don't want that to occur, that's painful for you, correct?
It's painful for me, and before she and I separated, she had told him once, hey, I'm wanting to try and make this work with my husband, and he was like, "Oh yeah, fine. Hey, come over, hang out. We'll have some friends over." Got her drunk, and then But I used to be a very forceful personality.
Why did it change? Why did it change?
In the past year, I lost a really good job. My mother passed away from breast cancer.
I'm sorry.
Like, just it was one of those. Like, it's been one of those years where.
So you've lost confidence.
I've been.
Is that correct? You've lost confidence in you? Okay. Well, James, as we talk about this thing, understand that what's going on here. First of all, I get a picture as to why his family is not happy, because if indeed her quote boyfriend end quote lied about him, got him arrested, and
Right.
those kinds of things happen.
They're being protective.
I mean, I would be pretty ticked if I were a dad or a mom, and that happened to one of my children, and then my child wanted to go back to the person that made that happen. So we can see the family side. But while you want to listen to your family in the sense of knowing that they love you and they care about you, and at the same time understand that your family is also biased. And that's not a bad thing. They're biased for you. But that also means that the way they look at things are different. Now, here's what I'm reading between the lines. Kimberly, I'm making an interpretation here, and you can tell me if I'm overstepping. It sounds to me like that they think that he should be stronger, that he should stand up. And that's why they're saying, we're disowning you, because they feel that there are things he needs to be doing, like standing up to her, not going back like this, et cetera, et cetera. And by his not doing that, they're saying, we disown you, because they're trying to motivate him to do what they think he should do. Does that sound like it might be happening?
It could be.
Okay. Obviously, there are different scenarios, but that's what it sounds like to me. What it boils down to, ultimately, James, is what you want to do. I hate that your mother died. I'm so sorry. I mean, that's a painful, painful thing. My mother died just a few months ago as well. But when it comes to what you're going to do here, my friend, it's either you're going to let her run over you, which if you want, you can, or you can stand up and say, I know he's your best friend, but if we have any hope of putting us back together, then we can't have that continue. Now, if you're ready to make that stand, then do. If you're not ready to make that stand, then don't. Because if you make that kind of stand, you've got to back it. You can't make it and then back off of it, right?
Otherwise, it's going to teach her that it doesn't matter what you say. She can continue to do what she wants, all of those things. My thing that I thought of in this, in just thinking about all of this happening, there's a lot of loss that James has experienced with the job.
A lot of loss.
I mean, just everything. That's a lot to handle. So having a good support system, someone who is going to be there for you to encourage you, even not to talk about your marriage stuff with, but just someone that is there, I think would be a really great key here. And then another thing is, don't let the conversation happen through message. You said that it started in, talking to each other this morning, but then you got a message from her saying that she thinks that you should be this, that, or the other. Have her say that to you and talk about it. It doesn't need to happen through an email or a Facebook message or text, whatever it was. I wouldn't respond through message. If I got that in a message, I wouldn't respond to it there. I'd wait till they got home and I'd say, let's talk about this. What did you mean by this?
Right. And so, my friend, I'm sure you're a strong person. Although you may not feel strong right now based on all the things that have happened to you in the last year. But at this point, my recommendation, you do what you think is best for you. I don't know your wife. I don't know you. We're just reacting to what you've said to us. But my recommendation would be stand up. And no, don't be mean, don't be mad, don't yell, don't scream. That doesn't accomplish anything. But that you be strong enough to take care of yourself and say, this is acceptable, this is not. Now, I recommended to a previous caller, go find if you go to marriagehelper.com, you can look for there, just type in the word boundaries, and there's an hour and 15-minute audio on our website somewhere, and it can help you understand how to do this if you choose to do this. But again, it's your choice, my friend, and I'm so sorry for the pain that you're in.